A big welcome to the Wingman's Path, to positivity, to raising your vibration, and to creating a life of your choosing. Today's practice, well, dear friend, you know who you are. I apologize for not getting back to you sooner. And I am honored that you asked me my thoughts and practices. I laugh because if there's any practices that could actually relieve your pain, But I'm going to give it a try. Yesterday I did a practice on this video and I said, let's do this day right. And it turned out to be a wonderful practice. And for me, what I said is, if I'm going to do this day right, I am going to write a letter to you in response to your questions about my thoughts and my practices. I wasn't able to. I seem to be struggling a bit with the written word, so I thought I would try to do what I do best, and that's a video to you in my heartfelt sorrow for you. I know what a challenging time this is, or rather, I don't know. I don't know your specific pain, nor am I a grief counselor, but I do know pain, and I do know you are now in a new normal. You are in a new normal. Forget everything else that's happened before this time right now. You are in a new normal. Or as my brother-in-law, my big-time brother-in-law doctor said to me 15 years ago, as Janet lay in a hospital bed after she had, part of her lung removed from cancer. It's time to get back to normal. Well, normal after you get hit by a bus. I mean, there is no new normal, and I want you to understand that. So let me get right into thoughts and practices. My thoughts are simple. I believe you will see your son again. I believe we are all souls that are here for eternity. I don't know what the configuration would be. In other words, I believe, like John Lennon says, what's the big deal about death? It's just getting out of one car and into another. So yes, I believe your souls will be together again. I don't know the configuration. As for practices, as I said, I'm not sure any of them would be that great, that could relieve your pain. But I'll go to the masters for them, and I've added one on my own. I'll start with mine. Mine is to make sure you forgive yourself. I forgive you, and I forgive me. I forgive you, and I forgive you. Me. Forgive yourself and forgive him. 2, from my wing dog Monty, I learned to take as much time as you want. When Monty was injured, he would go off and get himself strong before he'd come back in and playing with the other dogs. Take as much time as you want, as you need. There is no timetable for you. You take care of yourself right now for as long as you choose to. Everything has changed for your normal life. Embrace that. Which brings me to practice number 2, which I take from the master of Rumi, the 13th poet's theologian, and his poem, The Glass House. Read it. He talks about inviting pain in. So I will offer that as a practice to you. I've done it often, where I've invited the pain in and had tea with it. Have tea with your pain. Understand why it's there, what it's doing, who sent it, what's going on with it. Get to know it. Or I can't say it as beautifully as Rumi, so please Google The Guest House. He talks about how our body is a guest house for all emotions, and whatever comes, you welcome them. 3, from my good friend, Dr. Bernie Siegel, who said to me, when you're going through hell, ask yourself, what am I to learn from this? I find it helps me when I ask that question, and again, I haven't had that kind of pain, but I find it helps me to start moving my mind in a positive way. What am I to learn from this? And 4 or 5 from the master himself, from Buddha. There's a great story about a woman whose youngest child died, and she was carrying it around trying to find anyone who could heal it. And someone sent her to the Buddha, who said to her, I can heal this pain. I can solve this. But what I need you to do is get me some mustard, 5 mustard seeds from the village, and they must be from anyone who has not had any pain, this type of pain. And as she went around trying to get the mustard seeds, she realized this is just part of life. An unfortunate part at that. And I am so sorry, as I said, for you having to go through your pain. A good friend of mine asked me to give some words of advice as well. And he's about 9 months into this same difficult type of journey. And he said, drugs are okay, and it's okay to laugh. It's okay to laugh. Allow yourself to set the pain down for a minute or 2 each day. It's okay to laugh. And from Jan, who said, perhaps you would want to do something maybe once a week where you would, in honor of him, or just to do something nice for people, maybe pack up some blankets and take them to a homeless shelter once a week. Or donate something to the Veterans Association. Whatever charity you believe in honor of him. I hope this helps. I'll still try and get you the written word. If you ever need me to, hold the pain for a little bit, by all means. Best of luck to you. Everyone on the Wingman's Path, I thank you for being a part of my Wingman's Path with me and helping me share energy, especially at times like this, because I'm as human as the next guy, and it's hard. That's why I've been having so much time struggling, such a struggle to write these. So I thank you for sharing energy with me and your loved ones and your families and your friends, because I know we're all connected. And I know when we start getting a little positive energy going and we start getting a little momentum going, well, then we can handle any of the challenges of life. Have a wonderful day. And I'll see you again tomorrow. Your Wingman Michael, signing off.